Now we have with us Mr. Anwar Hussain for his next picture. Yes, Mr. Anwar Hussain is here. Please put your hands together for Mr. Anwar Hussain.
नमस्कार सभी को। मैं एक हिंदी राइटर हूँ और किताब लिखने से पहले मैं मीडिया में था। दैनिक जागरण में करीब 15 साल तक मैं एक रिपोर्टर था, जर्नलिस्ट था। लेकिन बहुत दिनों तक हिंदी में पत्रकारिता करने के बाद, लिखने के बाद मुझे महसूस हुआ कि कुछ अच्छा जो मन करता है, कुछ अच्छा लिखा जाए। तो मैंने कहानी को विषय को चुना और मैंने जो है अपना पहला उपन्यास जो है 2019 में मैंने लिखा, ये रियल गर्लफ्रेंड। ये जो मेरा पहला उपन्यास है, ये एक कहानी है आज के सोशल मीडिया इंटरनेट के दौर में। और ये बहुत ही अच्छी, मतलब ये रोमांटिक तो है ही है, लव स्टोरी तो है ही है, इसके साथ ही इसमें जो है मनोविज्ञान, मैंने मनोविज्ञान से लेकर जो समस्याएं हैं आजकल, जो है मेरे ख्याल से हर तीसरे व्यक्ति कोई न कोई समस्या लेकर मानसिक रूप से परेशान, हर दूसरा व्यक्ति कोई न कोई अपनी समस्या लेकर मानसिक रूप से परेशान है। लेकिन समस्या यह है कि जो हमारे मानसिक रोग है उसको हम रोग मानने से ही इनकार करते हैं। यानी मानसिक रोग को रोग मानकर हम किसी साइकियाट्रिस्ट के जाने से बचते हैं। और अगर चल भी गए किसी साइकियाट्रिस्ट के पास तो उसको हम छुपाते हैं। इसलिए छुपाते हैं समाज में कि कोई ये ना जान जाए, कि अगर वो बात सामने आती है तो लोग उस रोगी को जो है पागल समझ बैठते हैं। अगर पूरा पागल नहीं तो आधा पागल तो जरूर समझ तो ये इस तरह की जो है समस्याओं पर मेरा ये पहला उपन्यास है, जो कि एक कहानी के मार्फत से जो है इस समस्याओं को उठाया गया है। और आज के सोशल मीडिया के दौर में, इंटरनेट के ज़माने में जो हम समस्याओं से दो चार हो रहे हैं, हर लोग उस समस्याओं से जूझ रहा है, उस इन्हीं समस्याओं को यह उपन्यास में दर्शाया गया है। तो जो भी हो, मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगा। सभी लोग यहाँ पर हैं, सभी लोग पढ़ने और लिखने वाले हैं। ये मेरे किताब जो है स्टॉल पर ही है। ये इसमें जिसको अगर ज़रूरत होगा वो ले भी सकते हैं। और मैं ज़्यादा कुछ नहीं कहूँगा अपने बारे में, क्योंकि देखिए अभी तो मैंने इसके पहले मैंने जो 15 वर्ष जो लेखन किया वो सिर्फ जो है डे बाई डे घटना जो पत्रकारिता में होता है वो की। लेकिन अब जो है वो मैं कुछ गंभीर चीज़ें जो सोच सकूँ और जो लोगों के बारे में समस्याओं को सुझाव दे सकूँ, उसको ध्यान में रखकर मैं अपनी लेखकीय यात्रा शुरू की है। और मुझे उम्मीद है कि पाठकों और लेखकों और दर्शकों का मुझे ज्ञान मिलेगा। जैसे पत्रकारिता में मुझे मिला, सम्मान मिला, बहुत सारे अवार्ड्स भी मिले। मैं उम्मीद करता हूँ कि लेखन के क्षेत्र में मुझे आपका ज्ञान मिलेगा। इतना कहकर मैं आपका अपना समाप्त करता हूँ।
Now we would like to invite on stage Mugdha Verma for her next picture. Please put your hands together for Mugdha Verma. So I welcome you all. My name is Mukta Verma, and I'm excited to be here today to present my proposal for a new film project. I have always had a passion for storytelling, and I believe that my script has the potential to capture audience and leave a lasting impression. It is my honor to speak to you today about a topic that is both controversial and important. The subject of feminism has been a prevalent issue in our society for many years. And while its intentions were noble, we cannot ignore its darker side. Feminism was created to promote gender equality and provide women with the same rights and opportunities as men. The misuse of women-oriented laws has led to many men becoming victims of personal revenge, ego satisfaction, and financial exploitation. It is a concerning issue that requires immediate attention. It is essential to stand up against the misuse of power, regardless of gender, and fight for equality for all. We need to move past the gender divide and strive to create a world where everyone can thrive without fear of oppression or exploitation. This means raising awareness of the hidden trauma faced by the innocent male community and coming together to work towards a world where gender does not dictate our opportunities or fate. The pain and sufferings of men have been neglected for far too long. While there has been a growing awareness of the issues faced by women in our society, we cannot ignore the fact that men also face their own set of challenges and their pain deserves to be acknowledged and highlighted as well. If a movie like Thappad can be made and promoted to shed light on the pain of women, then why can't a movie be made to highlight the sufferings of men? Movies are the best way to reach the audience and make them understand the current scenario. They can educate people and help them to empathize with who are going through difficult times. That is why I wrote a book to showcase the struggle of men. And I would like to see it adopted into a movie. It will give all people a chance to understand the other side of the coin and help them realize that men also go through a lot of pain and suffering. The move towards a more equitable and compassionate society, we need to move beyond the gender biases and stereotypes that limit our understanding of each other's experiences. By recognizing and acknowledging the struggles of both men and women, we can create a better future for all. And I would also like to say one thing in Hindi, that many women are sitting over here and every coin has two sides. There are people who are good, there are people who are bad. Not considering or not talking about any particular gender. So there are good women, there are bad women, there are good men, there are bad men as well. So I would say to the bad women who actually are misusing the laws कि everyone should, पूरी जनता को जागरूक होना पड़ेगा. ऐसा ना हो कि नारी अबला होकर पुरुषों का तबला बजा जाए. Thank you so much. For Pankuri Sinha.
Yeah, so very good afternoon to all of you, my dear friends, authors, parents and poets and all kinds of talented a very interesting program, and I don't know how many people saw the 2-3 movies that were premiered, and they were very interesting. So here I am again, maybe hoping, dreaming, thinking about my story being made into a film, and so I know that I read a little excerpt of the story that is published in that collection, and I'm just going to pitch for it. I take 5 to 10 minutes, you know. Earlier I had all my poems out, and now I have lost them. So I also have to find them, but the story that I have in this collection and that I am hoping to see as a film goes something like this, that the narrator or the protagonist, they're two different people, right? The narrator is a different person, the protagonist is a different person, so the narrator of the story is a she. It's a young girl, she's a music journalist, and the story just begins with her waking up from a sort of a nightmare. That is why it's called The Strange Dream. And you know, we all have these celebrity crushes, right? In the far off, like people kill themselves for Elvis Presley. Nobody does that today. But what I'm trying to say is that she just wakes up with this horrible feeling that's almost real, that this guy who really energizes her with his mesmerizing voice. You know, sometimes we all feel this about people, and we need it. You know, like there are so many Bollywood actors that I am crazy about. I am not a music journalist. I'm not so much into movies, but still there is no harm, you know, stepping into the shoes of other people. And she thinks, I mean, that it's almost real that this guy has died, and then she reveals that it's actually a follow-up. That earlier she had this dream that his dead wife had come to her saying, you know, that he chose me. I'm sorry, he chose me. It's all my passion. So he chose me. Who is he? It's the incarnation of death, or it's what? So what I'm trying to say is that somebody could write a script, you know, putting in some suspense, putting in some emotions, and I think it would be an interesting script as well as a screenplay and a movie all together. So one was that, and two, the story then moves ahead in a way in which there is a music CD launch, and they go there, and then there is this body of the story which is of sort of a sexual interaction, which is extremely non-sexual in the way it develops, between the guy who is, putting up the story forward and this music journalist, as in who's the press release person for that, whatever the CD company or whatever it is. So, you know, there is a celebrity crush, there's a little bit of a romance in between, there's basically an atmosphere of this urban disconnect, and there's an atmosphere of, what do you say, like an individual isolation in which she's getting this dream, and there is this general atmosphere in which we all are living in our times, where, you know, there is terrorism, there are several kinds of identity issues, there are breakups, you know, there are so many things going on. And in that atmosphere, you know, the story just culminates in her waking up from a dream and really reading this news that there has been a bombing in a football stadium and 7 people have died. So basically that's the climax, which is, you know, sort of an anti-climax. So that's the story, and I think that I will just go ahead and read a poem or two. I have actually had them ready, but I will have to pull them out again. So bear with me for a second. That's the story. But we saw the movie, and the movie was of hope. And the hope is coming from somebody who's already committed suicide, and this guy who's standing on the edge is thinking that, you know, had he been there, he would have saved her, and the kick of saving her gives so much hope that he sort of, you know, starts his whole life all together again. So we are living in a, basically all our fiction, all our poems, all our stories are reflecting the times and its crisis, right? So these are the issues that we are facing in general. It's not about an individual at all. It's just about our times. Everything that is written, and that is what a good story or a poem should be about. I mean, it should be about the time and talking to its problems. I'll just I wanted to read a poem called The World in Transition. Let me just find it out. This was published in a journal which is called the Literature Review. The World in Transition. Just bear with me. I'm sorry about this. I can't find it. It's something like this world is so lost in its transition and it's occupied in so many things that it simply just forgets about so many individuals, you know. Meaning that everybody has less and less time for each other. But I have to say this, being a woman, that women have always been expected, and it's true for men as well, you know, that they should never have any time for themselves. And I remember earlier somebody was talking about the biggest gift that you can give to somebody is time. That is true. But you know, there's so many other things. There's this respect, there are so many other things. But what I'm trying to say is that women have never had time for themselves to pursue their own careers, their vocation, their dreams, basically. And should I read or should I just leave it? Should I read a poem?
Yes, sure.
Okay. Yeah, so I think even otherwise, you know, a mother going out to work, a mother going out, I mean, we are not going to get into a question of dating by a mother. It's very hot in India, it's not abroad. It's not abroad, it's really not. It just has to do with, you know, the sort of position in which a society is. But time is just extremely important, and it's important for an individual as well. I say this because I feel extremely sort of sometimes questioned about how much time do you have for your family. For example, every working lady has to face this question, and I think it's very important to also you know, sort of talk about this. Anyways, having said this, I'm just going to read a poem. I can't find the one that I wanted to read. I'll just read another one which is called The Raging Sea. An ocean has been raging in my sleep like an old friend, asking in words sonorous, when did you get so land-bound? Maybe it's the big oyster shell in the room next to mine, which I got from Nika, the beach down next to the grates of the Bandar Dam, or the mangrove where the river meets the sea. See the ocean and soil. Melts in water to make the marshes that get very alive. Where scream might echo but might not be heard, where human flesh might be a treat for giant crabs or other sea creatures, where rayfish, jellyfish wash ashore, pointing simply to the great world below, where whales get trapped and the sea loudly beckons. If you dive, a wonder world opens with galloping sea horses, swaying coral reefs. If you don't, I don't dive, I neither swim. It opens nonetheless to seekers of beauty. Yet the sea is a mystery even to itself. Shores fabled by tiger footprints, depths marred by dangers unknown. Big ships look like paper toys on the wrinkled, lapping skin of the enigmatic sea, majestic blue, smiling pink, blissful channel, imagination's swimming pool. Mermaid's home appears the sea, roaring love, mother's land appears the sea. Strange snails infiltrate, cashew gardens, reminding of the beach walks, Canada coasts, orchid farms, interior of Thailand, mangrove, sunshines, boat rides, the ocean has been lapping up in my dreams, whispering in my sleep, or am I daydreaming? Okay, I think I'm just going to end, or should I read a poem in Hindi? If you want, एक मैं पढ़ देती हूँ. I don't think you guys are liking my work. I don't know why. कोई कारण होता है? एक कविता है जो मैंने दांडेली में लिखी थी, काली नदी पे राफ्टिंग करते हुए. 1 मिनट लूंगी. तो रुको मैडम, गाइड आता है, कहा एयरपोर्ट पर बैठे एक चालक ने, और चलायमान हो गया दूसरा, लपकता नदी के पत्थर पर, जिसकी चिकनी काली सतह पर खड़ी थी पैर. वाकई आसान था कदम बढ़ाकर उतर जाना नीचे, ढलवा सा पत्थर था, किंतु एक तो कई दिनों का समुद्री गीलापन था कदम की चाल में, दूसरे वह ख्याल इसमें बचत तो लेगा ही लाइफ जैकेट, लेकिन ट्रेन पकड़नी थी 2 घंटे में, और बार बार गीले होकर सूखने सुखाने के लग्जरी हर दिन नहीं होती पास. गीले कपड़ों का होता है वजन भी ज्यादा, लेते हैं वो जरूरत से ज्यादा जगह. अलबत्ता एकदम शांत बह रही थी काली नदी, कोई तमन्ना नहीं थी उसे किसी को डुबाने बहाने की. कभी वह लगती थी आराम से लेटी विश्राम के मुद्रा में, कभी लगती थी मूर्ति सी दोपहर की हल्की नींद में, जो उछल जाती थी हवा के जरा भी तेज होने पर, और टहल आती थी अपनी लहरों के साथ नदी जरा दूर. खींचकर उसे वापस ले आते थे उसके बीच खड़े काले रेशमी पत्थर, कस कर उसे पकड़े या उसका किनारा, उसे पेड़ों की जड़ वाले उसके तट अनवरत लिपटे करे उसके. एक दूसरे के प्यार में पानी और पत्थर लगातार करते कलरव. इन्हीं पत्थरों के उतार चढ़ाव पर झरने से उठती गिरती है काली नदी. There is a Carnival in Nepal, there is a Carnival in Dandeli in Karnataka. छींटे उड़ाती दूर तक, किंतु देखने के लिए राफ्टिंग की जमीन और महसूसने के लिए पानी का वह उछाल, राफ्टिंग ही है एकमात्र पार. जंगल में महफूज शर्मीली मनमौजी युवती से बहती है काली, और आसार नहीं है शहर में भी काली के पानी में उतरना. एक तो चीकट बनी है शहर के घाट की सीढ़ियाँ, जबकि पूजा के लिए उतरी है अभी अभी एक जवान औरत. रुक जाओ मैडम, पानी में मगर है. पहुँचते ही सीढ़ियों के पास पुकार लेता है चौक पर बैठा खूब पिया. शहर भर के पास है काली में मगरमच्छ के किस्से, ऐसी चेतावनियों से भरकर भी कोई शिकन नहीं काली के शांत चेहरे पर. बहकर पूरे धीरज के साथ शहर भर की गंदगी के बीच वह फिर से नई हो जाती है जंगल में. बारिश में पकड़ते हैं डैम वाले इसका पानी, उसी शहर जो अक्सर कोयला मिलता है. काली में अपना सारा कचरा और उसके पास के सब शहरों को काटती हुई रोशन चुपचाप बहती है काली नदी. अंधेरे कोनों में भी मुस्कुराती और बैक वाटर्स के लहराते पानी पर बारिश के बीच की उजास से खिलखिलाती. बहुत धन्यवाद.